Welcome friends. In last session we have discussed about the copper alloys, and in that specifically we have discussed about first classification, that is brass, which was classified as alpha brass and alpha beta brass. Now in this session we will go for second classification of copper alloy, that is bronze. Now how bronze is classified? So bronze is classified into four categories, that is first one aluminum bronze, tin bronze, beryllium bronze, and fourth one is silicon bronze. So before going for classification, what do you mean by bronze? So bronze is nothing but an alloy of copper which contains elements other than zinc. That means maybe aluminum, silicon, tin, or any other elements. So first type of bronze we'll discuss, that is aluminum bronze. So aluminum bronze is nothing but it is an alloy of copper and aluminum. So name itself indicates aluminum plus copper. So 4 to 11% of aluminum is added in the aluminum bronze, which provides the improvement in the properties such as very good strength, ductility, and toughness increases. Very one important good property is it is lustrous in color, that is it looks like gold. That's why it has an application related to jewelry also. So one more property is good corrosion and fatigue resistant. Other elements are also added as an alloying element in it, such as nickel, iron, manganese, and silicon to improve, if required, few properties. So this is the phase diagram for copper and aluminum. As the content of aluminum increases, what type of bronzes will get, that is alpha, alpha plus beta, or alpha beta brass. Next one we have aluminum bronze and its classification. First one based on content, that is single phase aluminum bronze. If it contains 4 to 7.5% of aluminum, it is nothing but single phase aluminum bronze. And if aluminum content is in between 7.5 to 11%, we call it as two phase aluminum bronze. That is, as the diagram is shown over here, single phase alpha and two phase alpha plus beta. So single phase, that is 4 to 7.5, it has very good properties such as malleable, ductile, and can be cold worked, whereas two phase, it is also sometimes called as duplex, which has hot working applications and high shrinkage is there. That's why single phase alloy is specifically used for marine pump parts, shaft, bolt valves, etc. And this two phase or ductile duplex aluminum is used for casting parts, that is pump casting parts and machine parts. Next type of bronze we have is tin bronze. Tin bronze phase diagram is shown over here, that is alpha and alpha plus beta, whereas we get other types of phases also. In that, now tin bronze is classified into six categories. First one is coinage bronze based on the application, second one gunmetal, third one phosphor bronze, next one if statues are to be prepared statuary bronze, next one 80-10-10 bronze, and last one as 85-555 bronze. Now what does this content or numerical values will indicate, we'll discuss it. So first one, coinage bronze. Since it is used specifically for manufacturing coins, that's why the name provided is coinage bronze. So what it contains? It contains 5% of tin, and remaining as second element of alloying as zinc is about 1%. Soft and ductile. So coinage bronze, tin and zinc of 5 and 1%. Second one we have gunmetal, which contains 10% tin and 2% zinc. So name itself indicates gunmetal in the sense used for gun barrels, specific application. Next one we have phosphor bronze. So phosphor bronze, or sometimes called as red bronze, which contains 2.5 to 8% tin, whereas phosphor is added, that's why phosphor bronze of about 0.1 to 0.35. Now over here, phosphor is nothing but an alloying element, not an impurity, since it is intentionally added. So properties very good cold working operations, so used for wire brushes and wire gauges. Next one we have phosphor bronze as casted type. In casted type, tin is about 5 to 13%, whereas phosphor is about 0.3 to 1%. So due to that, it has very good fluidity. That's why casted components, in the sense we can manufacture gears, bushings, walls, etc. Very good application. Somewhat it is costlier also. Phosphor bronze, which is casted. Statutory bronze, that is, it contains 10% tin, 2% zinc, and 2% lead. So extra lead is added over here of 2%. That's why, which provides higher corrosion resistance and specifically used for manufacturing the statues. So if you classify the bronze, that is tin bronze, the name provided is based on the applications, so it is very easy to remember based on the names. Only TDS will be here to remember the percentages. Next one we have is fifth one, that is 80 10 10 bronze, whereas what does numerical value indicates? 80% copper, 10% tin, and 10% lead. So its application is specific high speed and heavy pressure bearings. 80 10 10 bronze, which is used for bearings. Next one we have 85 5 bronze. So 85% copper, 5% tin, 5% lead, and 5% zinc. So extra zinc is added over here, which provides good castability and machinability. So used for bearing walls, tabs, etc. Next one we have is silicon bronze. Silicon of about 1 to 5.5%, high corrosion resistance, and can be used for specific cold and hot working applications. So applications such as bolts, springs, pressure vessels, marine containers, and propeller ships. Next one we have beryllium bronze, which has high resilience, very good bearing properties, and has low elastic hysteresis and non-sparking properties. So specifically used for diaphragms, flexible bellows, gears, and electrical applications. So that's all for today's session. We'll go for another type of alloy such as nickel and all that in the next session. Thank you for listening.